Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me? Can you hear the game burbling away in the background? I hope everyone is well. Let me know if you can't hear anything or the audio is messy. Because if you can't hear me, you'll just be wondering what I'm doing, wabbling, waving my jaw. Take a wild guess. You can hear us. Excellent. Right. Tonight is Workshop Wednesday night on Train Simulator. So we have got a Welsh narrow gauge light railway. Beautifully detailed. It's by Trolley Fodder. We're going to do that now. Different to the last one. Then we're over to the Bedford Junction in the US. I think about a fictional. You turn your volume up a bit. What, the microphone? If I turn the game volume down, how does that sound? Got someone saying I'm a little bit loud and someone else saying that I should turn it up. Make your mind up, people! So this is the Dyffryn Light Railway is what I'm going to pronounce it as, but that's not how it's spelled at all, in the slightest. So it's this. So this is that's the quarry. That's where we're going. Let's start with where we're at. So this is where we're at. We're at the dockyard here, and we're in this Dock Siding Road 11. And we're then going to make our way along. There's little bits of facilities down here. Penryn Loco Works. Some passenger stops around there, so you can use your narrow gauge passenger cars. And then we carry on all the way up here, and we get to this mess up here. Now, you actually can't get up here. All of this is purely for scenery, and you'll find out why when we get there. Do a game sound. What? Right. Let's go ahead and get some movement going on. Now, yeah, so this route is by Trolley Fodder. And hopefully the moderators will be so kind as to hook everybody up with a link to the route. It's on Workshop, and that's right, just trying to get it going. That's better. The little bits of flickering you're seeing there, there's this is what they call Z fighting, is because they're doing what they call Z fighting. You ain't seen anything yet. If you think this looks good, can be fixed by lowering one slightly to a point. The problem then is if you zoom in. Zoom out rather. It's so like at this level they are very close together, but no matter how far you do it, they start fighting the further you get away from them. Of course, the proper solution is you make your own assets for it, but then it can't get uploaded to Steam Workshop. So we've got Big American Diesel next, Patrick. The signalling on this route, from what I remember, doesn't work the greatest. Just keep it going down the main line. This is just a quick scenario that I've written. This is the Dyffryn Light Railway. I do have a link for it here actually. I don't know whether I'll get kicked for posting this link, but I'll try. There you go. Whee! There's the loco storage over here. I was busy making the scenarios, JP, and I forgot. I've got them sitting here. I don't have Discord running though, so I can't send them to the mods. Just beautiful scenes, aren't they? Hello, cows. Pre-beef. Well, this is a slate wagon, Jay. Me speeding should come as no surprise to anybody, Concha. Right. One of the things I really like with this route is just so much attention to detail throughout. There's just everything is finely detailed throughout the entire journey. Just tabbing everything because no reason why not. There's nothing else on the railway. We're good to go out the other side. Right, now it starts a bit of a climb. That'll do, let's not go mad on the coal. Why do you get kicked out of a scenario if you pass a red in TSW? Because really at that point the dispatcher has no idea how to proceed. I mean, in reality, everyone has to stop, scratch their heads and agree what they're going to do next. It becomes quite difficult unwinding from a SPAD. Because you can't just reverse back up, because you could very easily cause more problems reversing. And probably once you've done that SPAD, you won't be allowed to continue the journey. Unless there's no, and really they can't. They'll relieve you. You'll have to go. Because actually, in reality, it's quite harrowing to pass a signal at danger. It's not just a, oh dear. So there's quite a lot of psychological impact on it. Let alone the fact that you passed a signal at danger. Were you concentrating? So they take you off, investigate, and work out whether or not you should lose your job, basically. We're in amongst the salad here. Lots of leaves. What is down there? There's another yard down there, I think. Yeah, another little facility. With disused platforms, right? Evening, Ross Coles. Alan Pilgrim, there is a setting in TS in this version of Train Simulator, I think, which will prevent you from overspeeding if you go and have a look in your settings. I seem to recall. There's a ton of extra details in this route. I remember when I originally ran this on my own stream, the author was pointing out various bits along the way. Use the loco brakes, I said. I'll use the loco brake. I like how this feels so cramped as well. Carl Barks, this is the Dyffryn Light Railway, I believe it's pronounced. I could be very wrong. It's not spelled anything like that. Oh yeah, it's definitely Welsh. All these details all away from the track. Just mountains of detail. On a 1 in 52 at the moment, so just speed up a little bit, spend a bit of steam. I'm keeping the full HUD up so that in case anyone finds it interesting to see how I'm driving the steam engine, for better or worse. Yeah, bed. Yeah, Ed. Water. Tell you what, you destroy half a dozen steam engines, and no one ever lets it down. Lets you forget it. Again, right in the mix of it here. No, Ed doesn't wait until I'm driving a steam engine. He just torments me all the time. It's just like this relentless tormenting. It's a beautiful route, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. Be warned, this level of detail doesn't run well on low-end machines. I think there is a warning to that effect on the Steam Workshop page as well. Got a little shed up here. I believe it's a fictional route, Jack MC. .5 limit coming up. Because of this rather sharp bend here. What does Simulgraph do in Train Sim games? So in Train Sim World, Simulgraph controls the physics of what makes a train go and stop, how it calculates what an engine does, what brakes do. It only exists in Train Sim World. David, I'm doing a workshop American route right after this. No, PhysX deals with the solid body modelling, so it deals with gravity and how things bounce off each other or pull each other. PhysX doesn't deal with what happens when you move the regulator. How does moving the regulator or the throttle result in forward motion on a train? How does operating a brake lever result in the train slowing down? Simulgraph is in charge with that. We use a system called Bullet for doing what PhysX does. Oh, you're keeping the trains on the track and how they bang into each other when you're shunting. Are you going to consider you to use a rail driver to drive trains? I've got it sitting here. It's not plugged in, so it's something I need to get working again. Wake up that horse. Become everyone's friend. Steam Whistle, if I remember rightly, Arsenal fan. Get some more creative use of assets now. This has been constructed out of assets. This is not a 3D model, it's been constructed out of assets. Jay, best bet is to ask the TS2020 questions on the forums. Another little yard here. Going over a nice bridge, crossing a main, standard gauge main. Just about see it. Going down a bit of a hill at the minute. Right, where are we now on the route? We've made it to here. So we're almost at the quarry. Best on the forums, Carbucks. I've got limited ability to help you while I'm streaming. Best posters or best doers on the forum, the whole community can help you then. Oh, look at this. Guess the railway's coming over here. No, that's a footpath. Stunning amount of detail. Starting to get a bit wilderness now. But you've seen from all the yards and sidings and things that there's plenty of... You've got passenger stuff you can do on here. There's freight you can run up and down into the sidings and to the dockyards. There's just lots and lots of possibility to create gameplay and have a really good time with it. Look at all of the detail going on in here. This is a really good example of creating something out of nothing. Because you'd be tempted to say, well, there's nothing here, how do I model it, and end up with a flat green thing. But you can see that there is clearly something here. There's lots here, and it really makes it look like a really complete scene. Probably one of the hardest things in route building is creating the something out of nothing. Conchart, if you're asking questions about TS2 stuff, best ask it on the forum. A kid named Kenny, this is the Dufferin Flecky Light Railway. One of the mods can ping you a link to the file. This is why we can't go any further than the arrivals, by the way. I don't know if you've seen how steep that is. Still on a 1 in 50 climb at the moment. We're almost there. We're going over to the right. No, I've tried it, Steam Master. I've tried it. It doesn't work. It's actually more that the physics doesn't handle a climb that tall. But we're going to have a fly around it. So, this is the steep gradient, about 45 degrees. All this detail and you can't even get up here with the steam engine. We found the top. We are a long way up. Looks like there was an accident here at some point. This is what happens when the wagons come down a bit fast. Right, that was the Different Lecky Light Railway. This is how you print. This is how you spell it. By Trolley Fodder. You can get that one on Steam Workshop. Yeah, enjoy. Have a really good time with that one. That one's really good fun. Right, next up, let me pause for a moment while I find the Bedford Junction. So the route and the scenario are both by High Iron Simulations, Mr. Dolezal. I don't have the link for the route or the scenario. Excellent, that's really good. So if one of the mods or someone can go and find it, it's the Bedford Junction branch, and the scenario is Bedford Junction Regional Road. Bedford Junction Yardmaster, you have 40 loads this afternoon. Your train has been inspected, and when you're ready to depart, contact the Bedford Junction dispatch. Oops, I guess I'm supposed to read that. I have extra east approaching Bedford Junction now. Once he's passed subject to signal indications, you have permission to pull from Bedford Junction Yard and proceed southbound to the branch. So while we're waiting for that train, this is where we are. This is the main, and then this is the branch coming off down here. Going off down here for some typical American freight operations. There's a few scenarios on Steam Workshop for this one. And if you're interested in American content, the chances are you've already played some of High Iron Simulations scenarios already, because he's got 500 plus, if not more, on there by now. So the route and the scenario are both uploaded by Gary, built by Gary. What's going on with the rail textures? Not sure what you mean, Vomit. This is their snowy versions. Wrong Bedford, Ace Gamer. Wrong Bedford. Once that train gets out of our way, we'll be out getting going. Three tunnel motors. Did I used to work on Train Simulator before Train Sim World released? I used to work on add-ons for it, yes. And I was the producer for TS2020. Right, I think we found the end. Any DLC recommendations for TS2020 at the end of the sale? Throw that one back out to the audience, folks. Guess it's going to depend on what you like, what you've got, and what you want. But, I'll say it before, I'll say it again. Look around at Steam Workshop and see if there's stuff on Steam Workshop, particularly routes, that you really like the look of, but you don't necessarily have all the content for, because now's a great time to pick up all the content that you need to enable the Steam Workshop routes to work. Another one on the way. I guess we'll be coming in behind him. What are we hauling? Stuff. Looks like black power making stuff. A lot of coal. So we're going to roll out and head down the branch. Black diamonds. That's it. The answer to what you're hauling for American freight is usually lots and 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 lots of stuff. Yep, all the things. Why do I have pink headphones on? Why not have pink headphones on? I like pink headphones. You had Adriana County on a few weeks ago, which needs Moraes Pass, which is no longer available. Why is it on Workshop? So it is available for people in America. So one of those funky licensing things. And is available also for people who have already got Moraes Pass as well. No, DJ SBC. I bought these, and then shortly after I bought these, they released the new ones with the RGB ears. I was so gutted. I'm not going to buy another set of headphones. Not that kind of money. Not until these ones fall apart. There's the junction for the branch. Welsh marches and South Wales coastline were taken down because of the Arriva license expiring. Oh yeah. All my trains have already been pink, Joshua. I've been driving my colleagues absolutely to despair. Every time I show a screenshot of something on the game, it's got a pink train in it, or pink wagons, or... Alright, let's pour on some power, speed up a bit. The Roy Hill loco is lovely, isn't it? Been out in the wilderness. It's quite a stark contrast to the Welsh route, which is all hemmed in and compressed and feeling very claustrophobic. This one is very much more out in the open. What is wrong with the front end of the loco? So much dust coming off it. It's meant to simulate kicking snow out of the way. See, hot pink I could go for, Alison Rawlings. Green less so. We have a green. It's a very tree route, sand patch, yes, Josh. Going to Gosport unloading track. Pink and white headphones. Where's the white? These are just pink. I've got some black ones here. Black is boring. Black headphones are boring. Let's knock it up to full power. No, I use the black headphones for work. These are my fun headphones, and those are my work headphones. Mostly because the microphone on this doesn't work very well. Everyone complains there's noise. I think they're just being rude about my voice and trying to get me to shut up. But I humour them, and I use the other ones instead. Jay, these are my Logitech ones. The G933. Still working strong. I bought a new battery for them recently and they sort of brought them back to life again. My own long. So we've done a half-hour scenario. I think this is a 1-hour scenario and then a mad 5 minutes at the end. Favourite Amtrak route? What do you think, folks? What's your favourite Amtrak route? Guess it depends whether you prefer the long haulers or something like the North East Corridor. Bedford, Maine, just coming up here. I did forget the horn that time, Paco. I did. I looked up and I'm like, I'd barely get anything out before then, let alone a 14L. We'll do better at the next one, yeah? Surfline is very good. I do like the Surfliner, yeah. Good name, Kenny. And Hudson's good. I like North East Corridor. But there is also the Soldier Summit one, I think, has got Amtrak on it as well. I think it's Soldier Summit. Oh no, it's the Provo route that I can't remember the name of. No, Provo is Soldier Summit, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. Tracks in America. Provo is Soldier Summit. Okay, good. I'm not completely going mad then. Just a little bit. Because there's the Soldier Summit extension, which then I think adds the F40PH Amtrak trains to it. See, Mullen Pass would be one that I'd really want. I really like. I did a lot of research into that one, but that's MRL. I think they run that one, Packer. Scenery is beautiful. We're running 40, Tommy. 40 loaded, which is what? A lot of tons. 40 times 130 tons. Are these 130? It's a 4-bay hopper, so it's probably close to 130 tons. So we'll look at the map, see how we're doing. Wending our way down the line. Derek, the only mountain pass you don't have on TS20 is Canadian mountain pass. Wow, missing out, man, missing out. There's some absolutely stunning scenes on there, especially through the spiral loops on the Kicking Horse Pass. And then I think you've got, what, the Albert Bridge on the way to Revelstoke from Golden. Really, really pretty. RB Jets does some fantastic stuff, doesn't he, Moggy? Good evening, Tommy Blundell. How's it going? Tommy Blundell, what route is this? This is a route from Steam Workshop called Bedford Junction Branch. It's by High Iron Simulations, and again, as I say, you can download it from Steam Workshop as a free download. As always, you need to make sure you've got the various dependencies it needs to make it work. What's my favourite TSW route? Dunno. Am I allowed to say Bakerloo yet? Mitchell Main coming up in 5 miles. What locomotive is this? This is an SD40T-2 tunnel motor. Called a tunnel motor because instead of having the vents where they normally are, they're down here. You get inlets of cold air through the side because in the tunnels they were overheating because they couldn't get enough ventilation. So they put the vents down the sides here. The other problem is, of course, with kicking out all the hot air at the top, it was sucking in the hot air back to the engines. So again, by putting the intakes down here, they were able to get cold air in from the side of the locomotive to keep the locomotive cool when it was running in the tunnels. Hence the name tunnel motor. Donna Pass uses them as well because of all the tunnels there, where they need to run them quite hard to get up the hills. Have an empty train, it will take the siding and meet you at Mitchell. You will hold the Mitchell main and may have a brief wait for his arrival. Once he's clear, subject to signal indications, you can proceed south to Gosport. What? Oh, I didn't even see that crossing, Packer. As with all routes, it'll look different when you get it into the summer. I normally try and show routes off in summer, but this is the first scenario I found and I was in a rush, so we went with this one. Yes, the Norfolk Southern Inland Line is very nice, isn't it, Kenny? Ease up on the power a bit. We've got 3 miles to get to Mitchell Main. No rush. Had an accident with one of my monitors the other day. I've got this dirty great crack in the screen now. The monitor works fine, but I keep looking at it going, what on earth is that in the distance? Oh no, wait, that's the crack. I do apologise. How did an accident cause cracks on a screen? So my TV that's above the monitors, I wanted to reach around the back and check the cabling on it. My laptop sits in front of the monitors, and when I pulled the TV forward to check, I pulled it further forward than I was expecting to. The monitor that it is in front of it was knocked over. So if you imagine the monitor surface and the top of my laptop was the corner of the laptop that hit the monitor. It's my own stupid fault. The monitor's still perfectly usable. Yeah, fail, definitely. Gonja, this machine is an Intel 6700K, I think, with a GeForce 980 Ti. It's got 2 SSDs, the M2 types, and 16 gig of memory. Sounds a bit old now, but it runs the games I play on it perfectly well. There you go, that's a 14L quick style. Alright, let's wind the power down. This signal coming up here will probably start having adverse aspect on it. Looks like the siding is probably a bit under half a mile long. Conchard, this machine's 16 gig. What we got? Yep. I did say we were holding the main, so. Skate Music, how you doing? RB Jets, we were just talking about you. Have you done one of your awesome series on this route yet? Alright, we've got to haul up for this signal, which is in the angry colours. Can man, best answer that TS2020 questions on the forums. I don't know if this train has alerted Concha. Looks like the oncoming train is just coming in now. We're in the road now. I'm good, thank you, Train Fanatic. How are you? I'm a bit tired for some reason, don't quite know why. I think it's just getting warm in this room again, sending me to sleep. Can't open the doors because of cats. JP, I need to. The AC unit's got a problem that I need to spend a bit of time and figure out, and that the water doesn't drip anymore. I think the little hole got bunged up. This will be coming from Gosport, having dropped off a load of coal. No, the filter bit is fine, JP. You know, if I actually fill the tray with water and wet the filter, everything works beautifully. But if I fill the top up water, it doesn't empty. It's still got water in it. It's had it for days. So it's not actually dripping any water back down at the moment. So I suspect it got a bit of an imperfection in it and a bit of dirt, and it's clogged it up. We have the light taking us the rest of the way. Come on, get moving. Heavy old train, this one. We're getting there. We're getting there. Speed limit will be back up to 40 shortly. So in an hour we might have got back up to 40 ourselves. Runner Gaming, yes, this is Bedford Junction. There's a steep gradient coming up, is there, Derek? Oh, thank you in advance, JP. Yeah, remember the horn. Winning. Winning. We'll get up to 20 miles an hour and we'll open it wide open. Hopefully it won't spin this time. Adhesion. Who thought that was a good idea? How many miles is this route? It's got to be a good 30 or 40. Because... No, probably closer to 30 actually, because you drive it generally around 40 miles an hour. And it takes about an hour, so between 30 and 40 miles. Where'd you get these headphones, Train Lover? Amazon. I also got the ears on Amazon as well. These are the Razer Krakens. The E5 series. Rings a bell, Tommy. Is that another one like the Art Deco style F7, E7 type fronted ones? My favourite British route on TS, Alison? Yeah, HS1. London to Faversham with the Class 395. I like that. It's an interesting route to drive, interesting train to drive, and it looks cool. Yeah, for a bit of steam era action, Western Lines of Scotland, and what's that northern one? Weardale. The Weardale and Teesdale. They're a pair of really good routes as well. Even if the signalman on the Western Lines of Scotland hates me with a passion. Well, we made it up that hill like it didn't exist. You like Doncaster Works, do you, EC? Yeah. See, I like the idea of Doncaster Works, but I find it very, very difficult to be around so much BR Blue being cut up. It just hurts my soul. Oh, the E5 series, right, I see what you mean, yeah. I'm not that familiar with them Japanese high speeds, Tommy. I can just about tell a Series 100 from a Series 500 apart. I struggle with a 700 to an N700. I am crazy. This is the Bedford Junction branch line, which you can get from Steam Workshops by High Iron Simulations. Is it too late now to say sorry? What for, Will? What did you do? And do we need to open the windows? Right, another one coming up. I'm going to cut the power and let it coast down to 35. You're thinking of getting the Norfolk Southern ST60E, are you, Derek? Excellent. A Terrier on the Western Lines of Scotland. Terriers exist. The Western Lines of Scotland exists. Therefore, you should use a Terrier on the Western Lines of Scotland. I think probably one of my favourite trains to drive on the Western Lines of Scotland is the Mesh Tools 3F in advanced mode. So much fun. power up. We won't be anywhere near the 35 by the time we get the 40. Hammer dropped, D. Gaffney. Hammer dropped. Looks like a mine over there. Should we go and have a look? Be a bit nosy. Derek, you got the Class 20 for Western Scotland. Nice. Choppers always a good answer. Right, we've got Gravel Pit and then Gosport. Where is Gosport from here? 8.9 miles. Good night, Nigel. Skyhaven, you got the Founders Edition today. Oh wow, what, the Great Western version? Westernised Scotland agility equals do not disturb JP for several hours. Or less, depending on if he derails it. What's my favourite game besides Train Simulator? Well, if you look at what I'm playing at the moment on Steam, Wreckfest would come in a very solid second. I realised I turned the wipers on. I'm quite surprised Moggy isn't complaining. I think it's Sam back tomorrow, isn't it, Mods? Sam tomorrow. And then I think I'm back on Friday. See you later, Train Fanatic. Coming up on Lipsick. Not to be confused with that place in Germany. Thursday at 8 is Sam on the Yellowhead Pass. Friday is me on the BR204. And then Saturday is me on the 5 Circle. Powering our way south to the power station. Oh, we finally made it to 35. This bit to go down here now. So has anybody else seen anything good on Workshop that you think I should be showing on the streams? What's standing out to you that I haven't shown yet? And the answer is tons of stuff, but what is it? There's some absolute gems, and I'm trying to showcase some gems here. But if you've got stuff that you particularly think should be getting called out, then let me know on the forums. Game Music, you have 43 TSW2 questions. We'll post them all on the forums then. Three miles down to Gravel Pit. Bailey Yard in Nebraska have been discussed. It hasn't come up, no. What subdivision would that be part of, RB Jets? Oh, hello, I'm managing to break the speed limit. What's going on here? No, Moggy, no, I never break the speed limit. I don't know where this thought comes from. I always stop at stations, never miss stations. I always look after my steam engines with the greatest care and consideration. I never overspeed. I am a good boy. Lots of big pixies just died from all the lies you told. Nice one, JP. Nah, no train stop at Nebworth, Steam Master. I was being authentic. Right, we're almost at Gravel Pit, and then we've got a couple of miles to get to the end point at the power station. Here we come. Nothing but prototypical simulations with Matt. Absolutely. Right, we found the gravel pit. So we have a look at the gravel pit. Guessing it's off in that direction or something. We'll bring your train into Gosport unloading track, stop with your head end at the south end of the track and leave the power attached. Alright, 35 limit, let's cut the power. We're only 1.5 miles from the end now. In fact, coming down from 20 to a 10, so I'm just going to get the brakes loading up. Ronick, I don't know, I didn't do anything special to make it work. In fact, I installed it in a bit of a rush, to be honest, so far from it. Cruising the speed down now. 10 miles an hour into the unload track. You've got to give the brakes on this train lots of time. It's sort of an attempt to do the longer delayed reactions. Has the sound just cut? I think the sound has just cut, hasn't it? Oh, there you go. Sound's back. Boom. Your ears arrive tomorrow. Oh, you got some of these coming, have you, Fab Duva? Nice. Hit the cone of silence, yeah. Get to the other end of this track and then we will stop. No, it's a 6700K, Concha. It's not an HQ, so it's, I think it's a 6700K or a 6790. Could be 6790. We're almost all in. Hey there, Tyler McQueen. Is everyone ready for a bit of roller coaster craziness? I think we need to contrast this run down in the on the Bedford branch with a bit of roller coaster craziness. This is a 40T-2, Brandon. Probably say somewhere on it. Or not. That's a tunnel motor. Let's get those brakes on and get this train stopped. Yeah, the roller coaster one we won't be on that long. It's only a short one. We'll maybe run it a couple of times. See you later, Skane Music. Good to see you on here. Thank you for joining us. There you go. Let's climb down, head over to the yard office to find some hot coffee on this wintry afternoon. Scenario complete. So that was the Bedford Junction branch by Higher Iron Simulations, and the scenario is the Bedford Junction Regional Road, which is also by Higher Iron Simulations. You can see this is his 424th upload, so tons of stuff on Steam Workshop for the American enthusiast. In fact, I think Gary has also done some South African stuff as well, and scenarios. A lot of what, almost all of Gary's uploaded is scenarios, so there's tons and tons there for all the different routes. So plenty to look at there. Right then, let me change over to our last one for a bit of just absolute madness. It'll be over just as you'll find you're sitting there going, wait, what? This is the Forest Rush Rollercoaster by Ditjo. Let's go and find it. It's over here somewhere. This is it. And over here is our train. Brakes off. Give it a little bit of a push. Not too much. And we just take the power off and we let it go. I am not driving this. One of the things I really like about this, he says, crossing his fingers, is that the gravity of the line has been set up to preserve energy. I've run this one twice before the stream. Once I fell off at this corner and once I got round this corner, so... Oh, looks like it's a fall off. I gave it too much of a push. Alright, fine, fair enough. Let's restart that and do a bit less of a push this time. Alright. Right. I think it's upset with me. Won't let me drive it. Let's try that again. I broke it. Okay, still won't let me have the HUD. Well, that's not very good, is it? One moment while I take it out the back and apply a baseball bat. And here we are after re-education process is completed. Gotcha. What even happened there? What even happened there? You know, when I did this on my own stream, it worked flawlessly. Just saying. I've no idea, Gamma Ray. It just literally bombed me back to the end. Ah! I interfered. Don't interfere. Don't interfere. Just let it get on with it. The magic will happen. Right. One more time. Oh, I think we might be up. I think that was about the right speed. Let's see. Everyone hold on. Lean over to the right. Oh, she tipped. Everyone smile for the photo as we crash into the water at some point, yeah. It's brilliantly done, this. Absolutely brilliantly done. It does work with the permaquip. It also works with the 3B, the mesh tools thing. And if you know how to access the milk float, it works with the milk float as well. I haven't got anything else set up, Alison, so maybe we'll do an we'll make this a thing. We end the stream every now and again with a bit of Forest Rush madness. We've been going for just nearly 2 hours now, so it's time to think about the end, and that's it. Bit of a yard, a station point going on here, and then we come round the corner here, and we get to the spiral, which I don't think we've got enough juice to get up. Or we could just fall off. It didn't really like that. So yeah, basically, yeah, that. So, fun. Let's see if we can make it work one more time. We won't do it from the cab this time. We'll get a different view. I don't think I've ever got anything successfully up the up that hill, to be fair. So we need to hit about 16 as we get to the top here. Otherwise we're going too fast round the corner. That might be too fast. That's gonna tip. Yep. Oh, and that crashed it. Oh dear, oh dear. Alright then folks. I think we'll leave it at that. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you another time. That was the Forest Rush roller coaster route by Ditcho. Alright folks, take care. See Sam tomorrow. You can see Sam tomorrow. Alright, cheers everyone. Bye bye.